This is Dane with DoubleDeckerFam. You have like the talk of the RV park RV here.
Thank you.
It's like, I think you have a crowd of people here most of the time asking, for a tour of your like way out there RV. I mean, like, you've seen some of our tours and we have like shown some really incredible upgrades, and this one might beat all of them. You have what kind of RV?
So it is a bus conversion. It's a double-decker bus conversion, a Van Hool TD 925 Astro Mega double-decker bus. Originally it was a mega bus built in Belgium for the US market. It was a mega bus that then became a hotel on wheels, and then we turned it into a home.
Wow, look at it. I can't hardly fit the whole thing on the screen. It has a sun deck.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, complete with hammocks. Yeah, room for what, 20?
Something like that. We got 6 kids, so.
Right, yeah, you're not alone. Dina and your 6 kids as well. So what was the motivation to get the bus and get on the road?
We were just really looking for a big change in our life. We knew we wanted something to drastically change the way, like, our outlook on a lot of things. As a family, we had started chasing a lot more money and, climbing that corporate ladder type of thing, which is normal and can be good in some ways, but I feel like we had gotten to a point as a family where it was overtaking our lives, and we realized that as we were on a road trip, just in our van, we realized that it was time for a change, and we wanted to spend more time on road trips as a family. So we didn't know about the RV culture. We didn't know there was full-time nomadic families living in RVs or bus conversions. I never stepped foot in an RV before I bought this.
Wow.
And so we thought we were really unique just in doing this at all.
Okay.
And we quickly, as soon as we found the bus and started diving into it, we found you guys.
Okay.
We found other families on YouTube and Instagram, and we found those Facebook groups. And ultimately, the reason is spend more time with the family, spend less money on things and more money on experiences, time together, bonding. We only got one life, and we only have our kids for so long.
That's great.
It was our choice to have 6 kids, so we owe it to them to give them everything we can.
Well, that is awesome. Well, let's take a look inside.
Come on in, and pardon the mess a little bit. We do live here.
Sure. So, no kidding, and 6 kids.
That's right. So we've kind of cleaned it up. You might see one of my kids in here, but come on in. This is my office area, right? So obviously, this is also where I drive, and got a couple seats up here. But this is also what we turn into my home office. I do still have to work from the road. And
so is that a custom desk right there?
It attaches to this post, and then when we're driving, we just take this off and set it to the side so I can drive. So if we go back this way, it's very narrow. I'm sure people will point that out. It is pretty narrow. I'm 260 pounds or so, and I fit through here, but it is narrow, and that's because we couldn't really do anything about these wheel wells. They have to be here. So what we did is, rather than have this just be empty space, we put our fridge and freezer up here. So one side's fridge, one side's freezer. You want to see how we eat, right? I know some people are like, do you guys actually live in that? Is there there actually stuff in that fridge and freezer? There is.
And it looks like commercial refrigerator and freezer.
They are commercial grade, and really that was just because I couldn't find any others that were only countertop height. We only had 3 feet of space to work with here, really. They ended up being commercial grade, which, I mean, our bus is wired for, so that's okay, but that's fridge and freezer. We open up a little more.
Oh, yeah, wow.
I mean, obviously, if fridge and freezer are there, the next obvious thing would be the kitchen. So this is our kitchen. On the one half, we have mostly just the prep area. We use our air fryer a lot. And that's really great. That actually doesn't even move around while we're driving. It just kind of stays put. Just all this cabinet space, and these go all the way back. So these are very deep cabinet space, and drawers all go all the way back. And on the other side, we've got a 2-burner induction stove. I know people say, like, how do you feed 8 people on a 2-burner stove? Well, we use the air fryer, but also, I come from a family of 10, and we never used more than 2 burners growing up, so not a big deal. But we did have to get a deep sink that you'd see like in a residential, rather than an RV sink that sometimes aren't so deep, just because we're feeding 8 people at a time. So got the full size sink there, stove. We did end up putting like one of my monitors that I had up there. We put that back here so the kids could have TV, because we actually don't have a TV in the entire bus, and the reason for that is just we want to spend more family time, but we do like watching TV, so we put that there, so we're getting a little use out of it, right, buddy?
It's like a dream for RVers to have 2 stories, if you could actually make it work.
Yeah.
I know some stock RVs have tried to make that with some of their lofts.
There's some of the park models that are starting to get there, for sure.
Yeah, we've got a tour on one of those, but nothing like this. And I'm touching here, but it's not uncomfortable, you know. And I've got quite a bit of sole on my shoes here.
I'm 5'9", fully standing up, right?
Okay.
And I'm at the point now I don't notice this. I don't notice when my head's this close to the ceiling. The only time I notice that is when the Chiefs score or BYU scores on a football game and I try to jump.
Don't jump.
That's when I notice my ceilings aren't as high as normal.
Yeah, better be on the upper deck for that.
Yeah, outside.
Enjoying this video? We have a full 1-hour tour and documentary on the Double Decker Fam. We will put that link down below in the description and the pinned comment. And you can subscribe to the Double Decker Fam right here on YouTube by scanning this QR code. And if you're brand new to Tom and Cheri, EnjoyTheJourney.Life, you can scan this QR code right here. We have all kinds of amazing RV tours and other RV family videos that you can check out.
Kitchen, obvious next thing is dining. Family is most important thing to us, so the dining area was really important to us. This is all just pantry cabinetry.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So we've got our pantry.
Lots of storage.
It goes all the way down.
Cool. That's pretty deep as well? Or?
Yeah. So it goes all the way down to what you would see as the step here.
Okay.
And now that step there is actually because my air tanks for the bus are under there. So that's why there's a kind of a step. But that pantry goes all the way down there, and so there's kind of 2 levels in there. But the other unique thing here is the table. So the backs of these sofas actually roll forward, and they come together to create a table. So this comes out, and then we tighten that up.
And I saw on the outside you have a mini split.
Yeah, so on the back there you see our mini split hanging off the back, and it's a dual head unit, so we've got one downstairs, one upstairs. We've got our downstairs bathroom.
Oh, cool.
And I say downstairs bathroom because that means we have an upstairs bathroom. This is usually the bathroom that the kids will use because that toilet sits so low, and that's because this door has to open that little
It looks like a marine toilet.
It is.
Okay.
It is. So it's boat toilet, macerating. The reason for that is because the black tank is up, and so it's got to pump up that way.
You're probably not too worried about your weight then.
No, the gross vehicle weight rating, so the GVWR, is 62,500 pounds, and we are 47,000 pounds.
Okay.
So, and then we tow our van, which is just under 10,000. So we're underweight. We're good.
Good deal. And what kind of tanks do you have on here?
So we have our fuel tank is 166 gallon. Our water tanks, we have 75 gallon fresh water, a 70 gallon gray water, and I believe a 50 gallon black water tank. Let's head upstairs. I'll show you.
See the second story.
One of the more interesting things we get comments on is this shower.
Wow.
Halfway up the stairs. We actually cut this into the storage area of the bus.
And you got all-in-one washer dryer combo here.
All-in-one LG washer dryer combo. You see it's spinning. It doesn't stop. With a family of 8, it's always going, which is why we always have to be hooked up to water. And then underneath it is our vacuum. So this vacuum unit, we can sweep things straight to it. It's also got a hose it's really long hose we can take around the bus.
So I take it not a lot of boondocking then, huh?
Not a ton. We can last about 4 days off grid, but typically if we're going to last 4 days off grid, it means that the 5th day we're going to plug in somewhere and do a ton of laundry at a laundromat.
Right.
Because there's no way we're going to be able to catch up with that. If that's not going for any day, especially 2 days or more, then we're not catching up. This is more like our kids' playroom, their study room. You see all their book bags lined up. They do a lot of schoolwork up here. The backs of these chairs, these couches, they fold up just like the ones downstairs. So they use these as their desks when they're doing their schoolwork. Lots of math books and things like that.
And I noticed it's a little more lower.
It's lower.
Like I've got to do a little bit of a bend.
Yeah, it's right at about an inch and a half lower than downstairs. Widen your stance. You widen your stance there, you'll be all right. All right. So when I'm up here teaching the kids about anything, this is about how it goes. This is one of the more unique parts of the bus, and that is that this is our master, the master bedroom, and this headboard and footboard actually fold down.
Oh, wow.
So that, at night we create our bedroom. During the day, the kids could play in here and have more space. There's pros and cons of building a bus versus buying a ready-made RV or buying an RV and renovating it however you need. But we went this route, and there's days that we regret it and days that we love it.
So can you share any of the costs at all?
Yeah. So the bus itself, just the shell of what we bought, was $59,500, or $60,000, when all said and done. $60,000 bus.
How many miles on the bus?
So the bus itself has about 220,000 miles. The engine has about 20,000 miles. So
that's not too bad.
No, I mean, it's a Cummins engine. It's a Cummins ISM 10.8 liter, 450 horsepower. I mean, that thing should go a million miles if it's maintained properly. I mean, I really shouldn't have to worry too much about it.
Right.
So, all right. Well, let me take you back here to the back. This is actually where the bunks are for the kids. We wanted all the kids to have their own private space. The way to do that was with these bunks. Just note there are 4 more bunks back here, as well as closets back there behind the bunks. And then there's also our second bathroom right here. And so this is the main one that gets used. It's just as small as the one downstairs, but the toilet doesn't sit as low. So we'll go up here, and I'll show you the rooftop.
All right.
Like I was saying earlier to Dane, that this is Cheri's favorite part, right here. I mean, look at the size of this deck. It's like party on the roof here, huh?
Yeah, we tell the kids they can't party up here. The roof is not reinforced, but it is a good spot for them to hang out.
Ah, gosh, it's gorgeous up here.
Pretty nice with the fall foliage for sure.
Now I see you've got some solar up here as well.
Yeah. So we've got 4 solar panels, 2 up front and 2 in the back. They're 355 watts each. We can last about 4 days boondocking, and that's because of those solar panels.
And what do you do for batteries?
So we have 8 lithium-ion batteries. So we've got 8 of the Lion Energy Safari 1300 UT batteries. The 8 of those work pretty well, and then all the other components are Victron, and that keeps us going. I check my battery stuff on my phone with the Victron, so makes it pretty easy and pretty reliable.
Of course, your rails all fold in.
Correct.
During travel.
That's right. So anytime we're going anywhere, these rails come down. They all just fold into the center. The front and back, you see, is just the 2 bars. Those go down underneath the rack itself, the rails.
To watch the full double-decker bus documentary and tour, you can click right here.